Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel TechCreators, and today in this video we are going to create a resume builder with the help of AI. So you can use this resume builder to create your own resume. We will create this with the help of React and node.js, OpenAI's API to get the content of the resume. We will be able to print the resume also. You will learn a lot in this video. I will explain everything line by line. After completing this video, you will have something amazing with you. So you can just show it off. You can just add that in your resume. Make sure you watch complete video, and also I will show the whole code in between so that you can just compare your code with mine. So if you are stuck, you can just check it with mine. Also, I will provide the GitHub link in the description. Yeah, make sure you comment down your thoughts. Do subscribe to the channel for more such content, and you can also watch previous videos where I have created chatbot with the help of AI for web, WhatsApp, Discord, and AI art generator. Also, I have created videos on how I earned 1 lakh rupees in college. I have also shared my experience and many more very useful videos which you can check on my YouTube channel. And I have also shared how you can get access to Udemy courses for free. So yeah, I will provide all the links in the description. Hey friends, I am Dev Sajumal and I am a final year engineering student at Indian Institute of Information Technology, Vadodara. And on this channel, I create videos related to web development, tutorials, tips and tricks, and freelancing. So if you are interested in these kind of topics, make sure to subscribe to this YouTube channel for more such content. Let's move to the video. Now we want this form to handle some input. So for that, we will on submit, we will add the property of, let's say, handle form submit, and we will create this function in just some time. Also for this form, the method will be post. Now let's create our handle form submit method. So let's go here, const handle form submit equals to anonymous function, and it will have it, we will get e, and first of all we will say e dot prevent default, and after that we just want to console log it for now. So console log all the values. So we want our values like full name, so copy this here. Now after that we also want current position. So current position, we also want current length, current length, current technologies, current technologies, and headshot. Okay, this is done. And when we console log, we will say set loading. So before that, we will also need to create a new state which will be loading, and we will say set loading, which will be use state. Initially it will be false, and after console logging we will say set loading to be true. Okay, not this. Also what we want is if loading is true, then we will show loading our loading page. So yeah, so for that, let's just again restart our server. So for that, we will type npm start, and it will start our React application. Okay, so now let's test. So first of all, I will open my console, and from here we will say enter a full name, Divas Raj Vimal. Here is this. Current position is backend developer. For how long? 1 year. Technology is used. Node.js, MongoDB Express. Choose the file. Let's choose this file. Also, you can watch this video. This is a really cool video, okay, where I share how I earned 1 lakh rupees through freelancing. Okay, now let's click on create resume, and it's showing loading. Please wait. And we have got our full name, current position, backend developer, current length is 1, current technology is this, headshot is the file. Okay, okay, this is the file name. Nice. Now let's move forward. Now we will also add some our experience. So for that we need one more state const it will be company info, and it will be set company info. Initially the use state, it will be an array of objects, so array of objects with the name as empty string and position also as empty string. After that, what we want is we want to allow user to add company name and the position he held for that company. So for that we will need to render the elements. Okay, so inside the same form before the button, we want to render the number of fields which we might have. For example, if a person has worked in 3 companies, then we want to allow user to add three companies. So for that we will need to have some kind of logic. So here we will say company info dot map. We will have company and its index, and from here we will just create 2 fields. So for that we will need div, and it will be a nested container. So let's give it a class name of nested container, and the key will be index. Okay, after that we will have a div, and it will be for companies. So class name will be companies. Inside that we want to have a label. Label will be for company name, and input, no input. So this HTML is for HTML for the name of the company. So name. In input we have a type of text, and name will be name. It will be required on change. We want to create some function. So let's say e, and it will be called handle update company. We inside that we will give e and index. Now we will again create one more div. So just copy this div in here, and class name will be company. So class name will be companies, and HTML for will be position, and here we want to know position held. Type will be text, name will be position, and for this we also want handle update company. And now we want to have a group of button to add and delete more fields. So class name button underscore group. We want to have a company info dot length -1 if it is equals to index company info dot length is less than 4, and we can say that then only we want to render button to add. We will give it a id of add button, and on click we want to have handle, let's say add company. We will create these functions later on. And after that we also want to have a delete button. So for that we want to know if company info is info.length is greater than 1. If it is, then we will come ahead and we will say render a button, and we will say delete. ID will be delete button, and on click will be handle, let's say remove company, and we will provide him the provided index so that we can find which company we want to remove. And after that we have proper things in place. Okay, yes, now we want, okay, yeah, we need to create handle update company and handle add company and handle remove company. So for that we will just come here and add some functions. So let's create const handle add company will be a anonymous function. Inside that we will say set company info to be an array of whatever the company info initially was previously company info. Just add these fields also. So name will be one more empty field. Position will be one more empty field. So we will just add a new field inside handle add company. Now we have created one more field. Now what we want is we also want to delete. So for that const delete handle delete remove company equals to this. We want to have the list. So const list equals to dot 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 spread the company info, and from that We want our list dot slice index, and we want how many? One. So we want to remove one. We want to have index first. Index. Now what we want, we will again save that inside the company info. So set company info. It will set list. We are done with handle company, handle remove company, handle add company. What is remaining? Handle update company. Okay, so let's handle update company. Const handle update company will be equals to arrow function, and we are getting e and index inside this. So for const we will have a name and let's say value. So it will be e dot target dot e dot target just only. And what we want is const list equals to the whatever the data is inside the company info, and inside that we will add list at index and name will be value. Okay, now what we want is we want to again set our info. So set company info, and we want to set it with the list, the new list we have created. Inside that we have added our new company. So I think now it should work actually. Before that, let's close our server and again start. Okay, so we have got our company name, position held, and add button, but we didn't got our delete button. Oh, acha, we have to add, let's say delete, and we say add. So after that, okay, let's add this field, let's add this field, let's add this field also, and let's add this field also. And after that, let's, it just submitted the form. Why? Okay, we will have to see. Okay, so we have also added an H3 companies you have worked with. Okay, so what was actually happening was we need to have, we don't want to call this as soon as this gets rendered. So we want to have a function which will get us handle remove company. Okay, so when we click on this, then we will handle remove company. So just add this syntax here and it should work. So let's go back to our browser and see if it is working correctly or not. So for that, let's add something in here. Let's add something in here. Let's add something in here. And let's click on add. Okay, so we have got the delete button. So, and we also got our one more field. So inside that we can add our previous more company. We can have this, and we can again add. So we get one more field. We get this. Let's add one more, and as soon as it reaches 4, it removes the add button. So you can't add more than 4. So you can just delete, and it got deleted. Let's delete this too. It got deleted. Let's delete this too. It got deleted. And as soon as we are just remaining with one, delete button doesn't show up. So that's good, right? You can now click on create resume. Okay, we need to fill this. Now it will ask for this also, so let's just fill that. Okay, let's have a file in here. Okay, now let's click on create resume and click on F12. We have got our response, current length, position, technologies, full name, headshot, this, that. So everything is working perfectly fine. Okay, so now let's create our resume page. So here is our resume page, and we want to import React from React. Inside that, I will say const resume equals to result, and this will be empty result. And inside that, if we didn't got anything, so data JSON dot stringify result. If it is, let's say, empty object, then we will say that it's an error. So return, we want to return error page. So for that, let's import error page from // component / error page. So we want to return error page. If this is not the case, then it will come down and const handle print will be. Let's create a alert. So for that we want this to just say alert print successful. Okay. Now we also want to return. Let's create a button, and button will say print page, and this will call on click handle print. And initially we just want to alert, and later on we will just do the logic, actual logic. Let's also have hello, something to print the main. Let's have some p tag hello, and let's give it a class name of container. Now what is remaining? Well, this is like some kind of error. Unexpected token, comma. Where is comma? Actually, this will be a function which will, okay. Now it is correct. So now we want to send our data to our server. So because we have our image, and to send the image, we will need to set up multer. Okay, just wait. We need to export this. Okay, export default resume. Okay, now this should work, and it is working. Okay, so for this to work, we need to set up our backend. So let's go to our backend, and here we will need to npm install multer on our server. And inside our index.js, we want to require that. So const multer equals to require multer, const path equals to require path. Now we want to configure it. So app.use uploads express dot static uploads, and we want to have some storage. So for that, const storage equals to multer dot disk storage, and that destination will be res file, and let's have cb, and we'll say cb. Inside that we will say none, and uploads. So disk storage is a function which helps us to store files on our local system, on our local file system. And destination is this. Now the file name will be request file, and again cb will have null, and we want to have name as date dot now plus path dot ext name and file dot original name. And for uploads, we will say const upload equals to multer. Storage will be storage, and limits will be file size, and it will be 1024 cross 1024 cross 5. Okay, so from here app.use upload, so this will help us serve all of our images and css files, static files. So this multer.disk storage is just giving us some control to store our images, and it is also just changing its name to be the name of date now, and then the file names, so that we don't have any file name conflicts. And the upload variable here passes the configuration to multer, and sets a size limit of 5 MB for the images. So for that we also want to have upload folder. So just create uploads folder here, uploads, and yeah, that's it, so that it can use it. Okay, so now let's create some route to handle our form input. And for that, let's go here and type app dot post and what route we want to have. We want to have, let's say, resume slash create. If this is the route, and what we want to, we also want an image. So for that, upload dot single, and what is the name of the image head? What is the name of the field headshot image, and async rec res. We want to have all our for bodies, so for that we will have const. We will get full name and current position and current length. Along with that, we will get current technologies, work history, and all of this we will get from request.body. After that, we will just console log it for now. So console.log request.body, and we will respond with a JSON object, and which will have a message of request successful, and data will be just an empty. Now this is looking fine to me. So now we have to go back to our client and the front end and just update so that it sends data to our route. For that, we will have to go to our front end. Where is our client here? Okay. From here we are just console logging all the info. So we also want to change this. So we will console log, but after that, we want to have const form data equals to new form data, and we will say form data dot append headshot add shot image. We will give it a headshot. We will give it headshot. Looks sounds funny, and we'll say headshot dot name. Okay, form data dot append. We also want to append our name, so full name, and we will give it full name. Now form data dot append current position. We will give current position. We also want form data dot append, and this will be current length. We want technologies, so form data dot append current technologies, and here we'll call current technologies. We also want work history, so form data dot append work history, and we will say json dot stringify company info, because that's an array of objects. And we already have Axios, right? No, we don't have. So import Axios from Axios to send our request to backend. So for that, we'll say Axios dot post. So it's a post request to our HTTP colon forward slash local host colon 4000 resume dash create. So this is our path for creating resume, and here we'll pass form data, and we will have a empty object. And after getting some response, then if we will resolve that promise, so then response, and if res dot data dot message, that means we got some message. So we will just console log the data. So console.log res.data.data. After that, we will also want to navigate to homepage, but this didn't work. So we want navigate, and we also want this to come from somewhere. After that, we want to redirect to our home page, that is resume. So we will go to resume page. But if we get some catch, if we get some error, so we will just catch that error and we'll just console log it. So console dot error. Okay. After that, we are just set loading to true. Okay, that's correct. Now I think this should work. Okay, it is compiled successfully. That means it is working and there is no error. So here we are just creating key value pairs and just setting this is the key, this is its value, this is its key, this is its value, like that. Now we want to use OpenAI to help us create this resume, content of this resume. So for that we have to go back to our backend. From here we will first of all install OpenAI. So npm install OpenAI. And before we move on to creating our API keys, so we will also install npm install dot env so that we can keep our OpenAI secret keys secret. So we will require this .env inside our project. So require .env.config this only, and we want to create a .env file. So .env, and inside that we will have a secret. So secret underscore key. This will have a value of some string which we will get from OpenAI. We will paste the string here. Okay. Okay. So now let's go to OpenAI. And from here, let's go to, okay, not here. Let's go to Open AI API. From here, let's go to here. And from the doc, we go here. We go to our account, so manage account. We go to view API keys. And from here, we will create a new secret key. We will copy this secret key and we'll say okay. So I think this secret key is for our web AI chatbot. This is for our WhatsApp. This is for our Discord chat GPT AI chatbot, and this is for I think AI image generator. So yeah, you can check those videos also. They are also very interesting. I will provide the link in the description. After copying this secret key, paste this into your .env as a string and go back to your index.js. Now we want to configure some OpenAI. So for that once we will have a function of configuration and OpenAI API. So OpenAI API, which we will get from require OpenAI. Okay. Now we will set some configuration. So const configuration equals to new configuration, and this will have an object. Inside that we will say API key, and API key is our process dot env dot secret underscore key. Okay, we will say const OpenAI is equals to new OpenAI API, which will in that we will give the configuration. Okay, done. Now we want to create a function which accepts some text and as a parameter and returns us some AI generated results which we can use in our resume generator. So for that, let's create const GPT function which will be async text const response is equals to await OpenAI dot completion, OpenAI dot create completion. This will have a model of text Da Vinci 003. So text Da Vinci, Vinci dash 003. Prompt will be some text, and let's set temperature to be 0.6, max token to be 250, top P will be 1, frequency penalty will be set to 1 and presence penalty will also be set to 1. After that, we want to return response dot data dot choices at index 0 dot text. Okay. Now we will just update our post route to a little bit. So here we want to have const work array is equals to json dot parse work history and we will create it as a array. Okay. Now we will group the all the values into our object. So const new entry is equals to an object and id will be generate id full name we will already have that image url underscore url will be the url http colon slash slash local host colon 4000 4000 slash uploads request dot file dot file name. Okay, this is the url of our image. We also want to have current position, so let's just copy it from here. We also want current length, so let's copy that from there. And we also want our current technologies, so just come here, copy this here, and work array. So work history will be now work array. Okay, so now we want to create some of the prompts. So for creating the prompt, we got this here and here. Let's create some prompts. But I can see here is generate ID, but we haven't created any generate ID function. So let's go above and somewhere here, let's create a generate ID function. So generate ID is now equals to math.random, which will convert to a string of 36 characters. And so this is our generate ID function. We will use this in here, generate ID. Okay. Okay. Where is that gone? Here. Now what I want to do is we want to create some prompts. So prompts look like this. So I am writing a resume. My details are new line name, full name, and then new line role, current position, and current length, years. And I write in the technologies. These are the technologies. Can you write 100-word description for the top of the resume? First person writing. And the prompt 2 is I'm writing a resume. My details are new line name, role, current position and years. I write in the technologies. Can you write a 10 point for a resume on what I'm good at? We also want our work history. So for that, we will convert our array to a string and then we will create its prompt. So for that, we will say const remainder text is now equals to a function and let string text is equals to empty string. For let I equals to 0, I is less than work array dot length and I plus plus string text plus equals dollar work array at index I dot name as a dollar work array at index I dot position. And from inside this function we want to return our return string text. Now let's create our third prompt. So our third prompt will look something like this. I am writing a resume. My details are name, role, current position, current length, years. During my years, I worked at companies, remainder text, and can you write me 50 words for each company separated in number of my successions in the company in first person, okay? So that it should look like that we have written that and not an AI. Now we will call our ChatGPT function. Let's store them. So const objective is equals to await ChatGPT function not game. Where is that function? It's GPT function. Okay. So we will just say here GPT function, and inside that we will pass prompt one. Here we will have key points. So key points is equals to await. We will call GPT function prompt 2, and we also want job responsibilities. So const job responsibilities abilities is equals to await. Control V GPT function prompt 3. What happened? Await. Okay. Now we will have everything in one object. So const chat GPT data is now equals to our objective, comma, key points, comma, job responsibilities, const data is now equals to, let's spread the new entry and chat GPT data. Okay, let's create an array of database. So we will just remove this and we will console log just chat GPT data. So here we will console log this. Okay, done. So let's also create a database above somewhere here. So const database is equals to a array, empty array, and we will just store everything. And we will store the results. So from here we will say const data is equals to create a new object and spread the new entry and spread the chat GPT data and just database dot push data. So we will just keep all of the results in our database and we will respond here with just the data. So we have got our AI generated content and now we have responded with the content. Now we want to display the response from the OpenAI AI generated content on our front end. So now let's go back to our front end. Let's go to our app.js and let's create here const result set result. So this will be the state which will hold our results. So state, this will be currently empty object, and in the home we will send set result will now be equals to the set result, and in the resume we will send result as result. Okay, this looks good. So in our home.js we have got our access to the set result. So here we have got set result. Now we will just set our result when we got the result. So from access, then console log result data. Inside that, after that we will say control V set result and res dot data. Now we want our resume to show actually our resume. So we will update our resume page. Okay. So in the resume we got the result, and after that we have got our container hello and we have got our button print. Okay, we want our main to have a ref of component ref. So for using ref, we will first of all have to import it. So from here we will say use ref. Okay, and here we will have to say on component ref is now equals to use ref. So this will help us for references of the DOM. Now we want to design our resume. So here we'll remove this and we will have a header. We'll give it a class name of header, and this will have a div and which will have h1 which will have our name. So result dot full name. Okay, and we will have a p tag which will have our current position and current technologies. So let's have this in different line and give it a class name of resume title and header title. You want to result dot current position, and we want a result dot current technologies. Okay, Now we want to have a p tag of current years. So how many year of experience we have? Resume title, class name, resume title. So result dot current length, and we'll say years, and work experience div done here. Now we want to have another div. Inside that we want our image, sweet image sweet image. So the source will be result dot image dot image underscore URL, and we want to have an alt, otherwise this orange line won't go, and that looks bad to me. So result dot full name, and we want a class name of resume image so that we can make it circular and use CSS onto it. After that, we are done with the header. We will go to our body. So div, let's give it a class name of resume body. Inside this, we want to have a div which will have a h2, and we want our class name, not here, h2, and here we want to have a class name of resume body title, and here we will write profile summary, and we will give it a p tag. Inside that, we don't want two tags, just this one will work, and we will say dangerously set inner HTML to be the object with underscore HTML, control Z, HTML to be. Okay, we want to create a new line, so for that we will have to create a new function. So let's go here and once replace with br equals to a string. We will get a string and we want to replace this with a new line, so for that we will use br. So return string dot replace anything which is like backslash or forward g. So forward slash, or we have backslash n forward slash g, anything. So we'll just replace it with a br tag. Okay, so now here we will say HTML replace with br, and we will give it a result dot objective. Okay, we have to remove this, and let's also add a class name of resume body tent. Now we have created that. Now let's go to our work history. So for that we will have div, and we will have a h2 of, we will say work history, and we will say class name of resume body title. After that we want to render something. So result dot work history dot map. We want to map our work. So we will have a p tag. P tag will have some class names. So class name will be resume body content, and key will be work dot name. Although key could be anything, but it should be differentiable. It should not be duplicate. And we want to have a span. We'll say work dot name. We want to have style of font weight. Font weight should be bold, and we want to have a dash and one space, some space. And then we want to have work position also. So work dot position. Now this looks okay. Now we want to have a job profile. So for that we also want to have another div. So let's create another div and have to. Inside that it will say job profile, and let's give it a class name of resume body title. So class name resume body title, and we will do the same here. So we tag, just copy and paste here too. After that to dangerously set element inner HTML to be underscore HTML, replace with BR results, not now this time not objective, this will be dot job responsibilities, okay, and resume body content is okay. We also want to have job responsibilities, so we will just copy and paste this div below. This will be job responsibilities, responsibilities. Then just set elements, set inner HTML, replace with BR, key points we want to have here. Key points, class name will be resume body content. Yeah, that's it. I think we can render our resume now. So if you might have missed something, you can just check out from here. This is our resume.js. This is how it looks like till now. Okay. So now we also want to print our resumes. For that, we will install one package which is called npm install react dash to print. Just install this package. This will allow us to print a React component without tampering with the CSS of the component. Now here we want to have imported to our resume.js. So import use React to print from React to print, and we have already imported userf from React so that we can print the functions which are within the component ref. Now our handle print function will not just say alert, it will actually print our, just remove that. Resume equals to results, and we have use ref. Now we want to use React to print, and inside this we will have the content. So the content is now, so the content is a function, and this will be component ref dot current document title will be dollar result dot full name, and we want to have on after print, so it will say alert, it will alert us that print successful. Okay, why this is document title. So I think we need to take this up, so control X and paste somewhere here. Okay, so just paste it above everything, and here we are already handling print. So yeah, container component ref handle print function prints the element within the component ref main tag, sets the document name to user's full name, and it runs the alert function when a user prints the form. So now I think we have completed the project for, and let's test our application and see if it is working fine or not. So here we will control refresh. Okay, this is okay. Make sure your backend is also running. So we will go to our backend. We will say node. What is the npm start? And this will start our backend. So backend has started. Server started on port 4000. Now let's test. So enter your full name. My name is Divas Rajimal. Current position as a backend developer. For how long? 1 year. Technologies used Node.js, MongoDB, Express, and choose the file. So I will choose a good image of mine. Let's click on create resume. It is sending request to the backend, and now backend should respond as soon as it has generated the content. So let's go to server. Okay, type as dot redirect is not a function. Oh no. So res.redirect is not a function. So for that, we want to go to navigate, control refresh, and we will say enter full name, Divas Tajmal, current position, backend developer, for how long, technologies used, no Mongo Express, file choose, this one, companies we have worked with, let's say Amazon, position held as a software developer, and create resume. And we will, as soon as we get the response, we will navigate to resume page. Come on, come on, come on, replace. We have navigated to the resume page, but we have got some errors. So let's resolve these errors. There are so many. Undefined reading replace, cannot read a property replace, online. Okay, so now I have made some changes. So first of all, we have to use navigate. So import this and then set this with a variable. So navigate and remove that res.redirect from here and use navigate to our resume page after we have submitted and we have got our response. And after that, in the resume.js, here I have moved this function down here. I think initially it was up here and I have used this condition. So if there is no string, then return, because initially I think it was coming undefined sometimes. So it was giving error. And here for the image, if your image is not showing, then you have to set your image like this. Okay, in a bracket. And also, yeah, this make sure your spelling here is correct. So job responsibilities is correct. So you can just copy and paste. Because mine was wrong and I was not getting the results. Okay, now let's test. Position held will be uh, software developer. Okay, now let's create our resume. Click on create resume. So this has sent our info to the backend. Now it will send that to the chat GPT and it will respond with some of the text. So hopefully we will get some resume created here after some time. So loading, please wait. And we have got our resume, but this is so huge. So yeah, software developer, 4 year experience, profile summary is this. We have got our excellent text from the AI, Google, Microsoft, Amazon as software developers, job profile, and these are the job responsibilities. Now we have to just design this resume and then when we will print that, so let's check if it is printing or not. So just click on print and this is looking good. Yeah, I will just mm, uh, make this image small and I think, yeah, it will work. So I will not print now. Print successful. Okay. Okay, so now our resume is created, but it is not styled properly. So let's style that. So let's go to inside our index.css, and first of all, I want to decrease the size of our image and make it round. So let's have photo width will be 50%. Okay, the class is resume image, and we want its width to be 80%, margin to be 0 on top and bottom, and auto on left and right. Padding will be 30 pixels. 40 pixels. min height min height will be 50 vertical height, and the border will be 1 pixel solid. Hashtag 0e0e0e. And yeah, let's run our server first of all on PM. So here let's add companies. Okay, we already have companies. Add button and delete button. So let's give them some good colors like this. And Yeah, let's see. After that, we have container of 100 vertical height, padding of 30 pixels, header. So let's add styling to our header, which will be of 80. And after that, okay, so it has become a little okayish. Now let's add some more styling to it. Resume title, header, resume title, header, resume. So now this looks more okayish. Now let's add little bit more CSS. Resume body. Okay, so this looks okay to me. File. Okay, okay. So now our resume looks a little good. Actually, it looks quite good. So this is our name. This is our title. This is our work experience. 4 years of work experience. Profile summary. Wow, that's very good actually. Work history: Google Senior Software Developer, Microsoft Software Developer 3, Amazon Software Developer. You can check and just remove these semicolons. Reported by customers. Wow. Actually, I haven't done anything like that. Job responsibility: experience senior software developer with 4 years of experience. You can just change the token to some high value and it will compute it. Okay. So let's click on print page and let's see what happens. So here we have got our page like this. You can just, okay, so from here we can just click on print page and it will just print the page. Let's save it as PDF and save it as portrait. Let's see how it looks in landscape. Ah, very bad. Let's save it in portrait. Save. Let's save here. And print is successful. Now we can go to our folder and here you go. Resume PDF, series software developer, Node.js, MongoDB Express. Whoa, that looks awesome actually to me. You can just increase its width and I think it will work, or you can just decrease the size of the fonts, spacing here, something, and you can take it into one page easily. Let's go back to homepage. So this is our resume builder, which creates a resume with the predefined field, and it fills the resume with the content generated with OpenAI's ChatGPT. If you like this video, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you watch other videos which have on the channel which I have created, such as creating chatbot with the help of ChatGPT for web, no WhatsApp, Discord, and creating an AI image generator. I have also shared how I earned 1 lakh rupees in college, so you can watch that, or you can watch my experience where I share my experience as a intern backend developer. And there are many more videos which might be helpful to you. So make sure you go to the channel. If you like this video, make press the like button, subscribe to the channel, comment your thoughts on this project. Bye bye.